Guess who's back, 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 back again, again, again. I am back because United is busy. Guess who's back, guess who's back. It's me. Hello, welcome to the official reaction for Erik Ten Hag's press conference. Manchester United play Arsenal at the Emirates on Sunday. So the gaffer will be giving his thoughts and answering questions relations to the game itself, transfers, and everything else going on in the world of Manchester United. So we've got 10-15 minutes to discuss other things that are going on in the world of United, but we actually dive into the quotes of the manager. I'm going to watch it live. We're going to react live together and then get your comments in and I'll read them out and all that good stuff. But the things I want to discuss that we didn't really get a chance to on the show we just literally did about, I don't know, what's it called? About 10 minutes ago. I can't remember how long ago. It was literally about 20 minutes ago. But there was a couple of things that I wanted to discuss that weren't on there when we're talking about some of the younger players. So I believe Gerardo, the right back, who I know some fans from Real Reds and I know some fans just in general liked the player. I was never a fan of him personally. I watched him a few times for the under-21s. Didn't really see that much from him. But hopefully he goes on like any other young player that come Manchester United has a successful career. So he's gone. I can't remember what club it was. It's in La Liga. I know he's gone back to Spain. I can't remember the specific club because I've been rushing about trying to sort everything out. But he's gone. You've got Alvaro Fernandez, who's gone out on loan to Granada. A lot of people, again, calling for him to start, maybe give him a chance with Luke Shaw and Malacia being out. Alvaro probably thought that was his opportunity in himself, but Ten Hag said, you know what? Effectively, I don't want to play you against Arsenal, against Bukayo Saka. You know, we've got Brighton after that. Like, it's throwing him right in the deep end. And he obviously, judging by him going out on loan, he didn't want to do that. So he ended up bringing in Sergio Reguilon on loan. Will Reguilon start against Arsenal? Probably not. I think Dalot will start. But then you slowly after that, after the international break, maybe you'll see Reguilon become a regular, ironically. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not fully sold on Reguilon. It's last minute tatters in it. I think he played 11 games for Atletico Madrid on loan last season, just 11. He has been on pre-season with Spurs. I was checking that last night. And then obviously he hasn't played a game for him at the start of the season. So I think Spurs are just happy for us to pay his wages. There isn't a loan fee. And I think there's a clause in the contract where we can just break it in January, effectively. And then he can go back to Spurs and we can do whatever. So basically it's a money-saving exercise for Daniel Levy. And we get a player that if we need a senior player to play at left back, then we can, of course, do that. I think Charlie McNeil has gone out on loan as well. You've had Ted and Menge go to Luton Town. Palestra is staying at Manchester United, which is good news because I believe Anthony needs that competition. He really needs that competition because he's a bit up and down at the minute, like a roller coaster, like United in general as a club. So I think Palestra staying is really, really good news. He definitely needs more game time. Every time he's had a cameo, he's looked really good. I don't understand why Ten Hag hasn't given him more minutes because I fully believe he deserves them. But he hasn't. It's just not, for whatever reason that is. I don't know. I don't understand it. But you would expect if Anthony keeps putting in the performances. I mean, he was all right in the last game, to be fair. But if he keeps putting in performances like that, then you need to start pushing Palestra or Ahmad when he gets back from injury. So, yeah, that's interesting with Palestri's definitely staying. Getafe are now in the race for Greenwood, apparently. So it's Getafe, Lazio, and I believe there was another club as well involved. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes on a free transfer. If he does go. And then, of course, you've got the Arsenal game coming up, which the manager's going to discuss. Who's going to debut there? Will Reguilon debut? Will Højlund debut? Or will he just get minutes off the bench? Lots of things going on with Manchester United. Jay McGrogan is saying no messages or emails, Nick. Not at the minute, no, unless I've missed them. But I've kept a close eye on my phone and not heard anything, so I don't know what's going on. Jay's also saying, could we not have started the low anyway and just used Fernandez? The thing is, in our world, we would probably do that, but coaches always go safety first. So if we decided to do that and then Wan-Bissaka got injured, you're only one injury away then from not having a right back because Dalot would obviously move on to that flank. And then you've got, Dalot and Alvaro playing there. One of them gets injured, you're fucked, aren't you? And people say, oh, that's not going to happen. It's not going to... I understand it, but they always go safety first because you saw Lissandro went out, Varane was out last season. So they always kind of go for that first. But I get your point. Like, maybe it would have been worth the gamble. But I don't think coaches will ever do that. But look, the manager is going to be live in 10 minutes, so we'll go through the quotes as always together. I'm just double checking. There's some quotes from Bayern Day, the second choice goalkeeper. Let's see what he's been saying. Because again, not the shiny signing that everybody wants. It's not, it's not like, oh my God, Harry Kane, let's go. It's something that people don't usually get excited about. But it's one that if Onana gets injured, he's going to be the first choice goalkeeper in it. So we have to do some form of analysis on him. And obviously he's going to play in some of the cup games as well. So let's have a look. He was talking about Edwin van der Sar. He was a great inspiration for him as he was growing up. As part of his signing, Altay spoke to the club and media. Let's blah, blah, blah. Altay, welcome to Manchester. How does it feel to be a Manchester United player? Everything is going amazing, perfect. I know I came to a big club in the world, Manchester United. I watched a lot of games at United and watched Edwin van der Sar. He's my legend, and I'm very happy to be here, and I will do my best to help this great family. He is, of course, the first Turkish player to ever play for Manchester United, which is a bit mad, isn't it, considering we're quite a global club. We've had, people from all across the planet. So the first Turkish player to ever play. And they asked him about that. He said, you were the first Turkish player to represent this club. What does that mean to you and your family? He said, we're talking every day with my family in Turkey. They live in Bursa, very near Istanbul, and my family are all happy. They're asking about everything every day. I know my responsibility. It's very important for me. And now I will play in the Premier League. It's different from the Turkish league, but I am ready for everything. And you know what? People look at frown at second choice goalkeepers, and I understand it because, like I said, it's not that kind of signing. But if you look at the job that Romero did for us, if you can replicate that, if you can bring in someone who can genuinely compete for that goalkeeper slot, then that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? And for €5 million, the one thing I will say that never really made sense to me is you go sell Kovar to Bayer Leverkusen for £8 to £10 million, then you buy a backup for €5 million. And then sell Henderson for 20 million. So where does that money from Henderson be used? Maybe at the Athletic or someone will put a report out in regards to where that purse money, whatever it is going. Maybe probably the Glazers' pockets in it, if we're being totally honest with ourselves. Prabhav is saying, hi, Nick. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Prabhav, you legend. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being a member. Appreciate you, brother. Jamie Rogger says, always like a utility player or two in a squad myself. Exactly. Edwin is our legend too. Romeo? Is that right? Why is that not sound right? Romero. That's what I was thinking. What? Best number 2 in the world, if that makes sense. Yeah, I agree. Saint saying 3,240 subs. 10 subscribers or 3,250. If you're watching now and you aren't subscribed to the channel, please click that button. The manager is live in 7 minutes, and I'll be reading out all his quotes. On the second choice goalkeeper, you are an international player. You've won silverware, the Turkish Cup, for example, last season. How excited are you to compete for trophies here at United? I want to win every game always, and it's very important because I don't like losing. Typical line. And we're playing for Manchester United. We need to win all games, but I will give my everything for Manchester United. These interviews, when you read these quotes, I'm going to stop reading the quotes out because they're very PR, say this about it. Make sure you say the right words. You always get keywords. Oh, I've got Lucasades in the fridge. Happy days. When you forget you've got something. Oh, shit. Bosh. Completely forgot. You know what? I need to take this flag down as well because, I forgot I had that up. Hectic at United at the minute. I mentioned on the when we was live for deadline day before that we was supposed to be going on TalkSport. We got asked to go on TalkSport outside Old Trafford, but we haven't heard anything back yet. So who knows? It could happen. It's like the Amrabat deal. Could happen. It might not. Oh, here we go. Sofian Amrabat to Manchester United. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano in this bitch has just put it out. Sofian Amrabat to Manchester United. Here we go. Agreement in place. More to follow. That Romano has tweeted the golden tweet. I said 3 o'clock. I was an hour and a half off. I don't know if anyone said 1:30. But let me have a look. We had a here we go from Fabrizio. 1 second. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. All over the place. How mad is today been? It's been absolutely crazy. So Sofyan Amrabat, here we go, will be travelling to Manchester United. I believe he's doing his medical. He was doing his medical whilst we was live before, so I'm imagining he's probably completed that. It's been agreed. What I'm guessing will be the I can't speak. What I'm guessing will be the deal is it'll be a loan that is triggered by certain appearances and stuff for an obligation to buy, and the initial loan fee, I'm thinking, will probably be about 5 million euros, which would have been the money that we spent on Cucurella. I'm guessing. I'm just guessing. I don't know. But Jamie McGregor's saying, boom, now I'm happy. Charlie Mama says, now, who else will they get this window? I see a striker, maybe a defender. We've got £100 million to spend. Where are you hearing that? We haven't got £100 million to spend. I don't know where you've got that from. I don't think we'll get anybody else. Unless you have some sources that I don't know about. But listen, we have spoken about Amrabat a lot. I appreciate that. So I don't want to cover old ground. We have just had a here we go. So just the player in general, give us your thoughts on him, people in the chat. Let me know why you're happy to sign him. Amrabat deserves huge credit, by the way. Huge credit. Simply because he has sat there and waited from the end of June to sign for this club. He's had Barcelona going for him. He's had Liverpool going for him. Turkish clubs from Saudi, like West Ham, Nottingham Forest, all going in for him. And he's turned every single one of them down and said, no, I want Manchester United. And people will be happy about the Onana signing, Mason Mount, Rasmus Højlund. And they're all important in their own respects. They are all important in their own respects. But Amrabat in that midfield is needed. If you've watched the start of this season and how we've played and the gaps that are there, bringing Amrabat in there, who's an absolute dog, works hard as fuck, is an engine, was unbelievable for Morocco in the World Cup in Qatar, was one of their best players, if not the best player there. He's great on the ball. He's got versatility. He's got them long-range passes to switch. I said before, he's a water carrier. Carry the ball from back to front. He suits that progressive style of play that Erik Ten Hag wants. And for 20 million, well, not even 20 million, it's like 5 million and then probably 15 towards the end of the season or 20 towards the end of the season. That is one of the best bargains you will get. I'm telling you. It's one of the best bargains you get. He's the best midfielder, even if Gravenberch was still on the market. Obviously, Gravenberch's younger. But he is one of the best midfielders on the market. For that price, that's pennies, mate. I think we sold Elanga for 15 million. It's 5 million more than that. It's a great deal. It should have been done before the start of the season, so I'm not praising Murta or anyone for flying out to Italy to getting that done. Don't forget the last time we flew out to Italy, we didn't even bring Rabiot back with us. And at the same time at Barcelona, they flew there 5 or 6 times. So I don't know. But we have had the here we go from Fabrizio Romano. I mean, Ten Hag's about to go live in 2 minutes, so I'm sure someone's going to pop that question in there and get the quote out of that. Jamie McGregor says, I'd still be trying to sort something with Felix. I agree. I would as well. Absolutely. For members as well, there is a video up of Amrabat and what he will bring to Manchester United, what type of player he is. So if anyone's wondering or hasn't watched him before, and you remember, please do go check that out. There's a short clip on the TikTok about him as well. If you're more into your quick content and you don't like watching long form, there's a 2.5 minute video on TikTok about what type of player he is and what he'll bring to Manchester United's system ultimately. Francisco J says, Amrabat, here we go. Yes, absolutely, brother. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're happy about that. And leave a like on the video for us. We're going live in 1 minute for Erik Ten Hag's press conference. Charlie Malman says, from sales, we got 40 to 50. And this FFP thing has been a lie. It's been calculated. And we spent 90 mil for FFP trouble and got the credit card, which holds 200 million, but we can only use 50. I don't think we will, but look, you're happy to have your hope. Sam McCabe says the saga is over. It is. Right, let's see if we're going live. Someone's going to pop a question at Erik Ten Hag about this Amrabat transfer. And what he'll probably say is, I can't speak about a player that isn't at this club. I'm telling you right now. But I've got it on. I've not got it on, sorry. I'm waiting for it. Right, let's have a look. So the details coming out about Amrabat. Sofyan Amrabat will join Manchester United for a loan of 10 million euros, plus the option to buy for 20 million euros, plus 5 million in add-ons. That's a hefty fee, isn't it? Hefty fee. 10 million euros for a loan fee. Why not just fucking buy him? That makes no sense at all. It's like we're getting him on Klarna. So Amrabat will join United. A loan of 10 million euros. So that's how much we're paying for. That's the fee. And then the option to buy for 20 million euros plus 5 in add-ons. That's an expensive fee, isn't it? Just buy the player. What are you doing? Just buy the player. I don't understand it. That's a weird deal. Strange. Very strange. What the fuck? Yeah, no idea. Right. Are we live yet with Ten Hag? Don't say it's not going to be another live press conference. It's just going to be quotes that are coming out. I'm going to have to fucking read. I presume the press conference is at 1:30. So, unless they've stalled it, let me know in the chat. Well, usually we're live at 1:30. So, yeah, Amrabat buzzing about that. That is arguably one of the most important signings. It really is. Right, I'm getting quotes out. What's going on? It's all over the place. Regulon trained this morning, apparently. You know what? If United aren't going to put it on the app, I'm just going to go to the quotes and we'll read out the quotes. Right. There's loads of stuff coming out about Højlund, Regulon. Right, let's have a look. Ten Hag on Sergio Regulon says he is here. He trained this morning, so he's available for selection. That's interesting. I don't want him to start against Arsenal personally, but it is what it is. On Rasmus Højlund, he says, yes, so we had a good training this week. So tomorrow we have a final training, but he's doing well. He's responded well, so he will be available for Sunday's game. Rasmus Højlund is available for Sunday's game, which most of us knew anyway, which is good news. More and more stuff coming out about Amrabat. I hope someone asked him about Amrabat. It's got to tap in it. You got to ask him about that. Scoreboard says, is the 10 million counted in the 20 if we do buy? I don't think so. I think it's just a straight loan fee of 10 million euros. And then at the end of the season, if we want to buy him, or is it an obligation to buy? With an option, with a buy option. So it's not an obligation, it's a buy option. Interesting that they've budged on that because they were saying they only wanted an obligation in it. So they've kind of, budged a little bit on that. So on Regulon as well, Ten Hag said he's a very experienced player, big clubs, La Liga, Premier League. He has a very good background. He can play intense football. We had a problem with Luke Shaw. Malassi is injured. We coped well in an emergency situation. I think that's a little bit bullshit. I think he wanted Cucurella. That was his first choice. We all knew that. It was public knowledge. But because Chelsea were fucking about, they played him in the Carabao Cup and then they wanted £5 million. United were like, fuck that. We'll go do something else. Something tells me they're relying on sales in Jan to balance that Amrabat deal. Yeah, well, that left back had something to do with that. The fact that we went for Regulon, we saved a few million on that. So I think that went towards Amrabat. That's what was being reported. On Altay buy-in day, the second choice goalkeeper, Ten Hag said he will be in the squad versus Arsenal as well. So happy. Now we have to keep the group again. It's fully there. We're covered in every position, and we have a very good arrival in Altay. So I'm guessing his back's okay. On incomings, he said potentially yes, could be because we have to register them by now. What did I say? Ten Hag refused to discuss Man United's move for Sofian Amrabat, but the club remain hopeful they can agree a deal with Fiorentina. He won't answer it. He'll just say he's another player, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, wait until the deal's done. You know things can happen, innit? Last minute, so he probably wants to make sure that he's ready. But the key things we're taking away at the minute, Regulon is in the squad for Sunday. Don't think people will be excited about that, but take that for what you will. You've got Højlund, who's in the squad as well for Sunday. Whether he'll start or not, I don't think he'll start. But Ten Hag could go bold and play him. Would you go bold? Here's a poll. Let's put a poll up. A lot of people will probably want to know, will Amrabat be starting? I don't think so. But I've been wrong before. So we put a poll up at the start in relation to the game against Arsenal. And we put, how does it go? 62% said win. 19% said draw. And 19% said loss. So that's a lot more optimistic than I thought people would be. Let's start another poll. Will Rasmus Højlund start against Arsenal? What do you think, guys? What do you think, people? Will he go bold? Will he go bold? Charlie Malman says Højlund is one of the fastest players in the league. Yes, I would start the monster. He'll rip that Arsenal defence apart. We've also got Olasane Satunde. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, Satunde. Thank you very much. Saying Amrabat to Man United. Here we go. Yes, we've spoken about that. Jay McGoggin says Højlund off the bench, gets 2 and seals the win. I'll wait till Sunday evening. I hope so. If he does that, where do you want your statue? As Gary Neville famously said. Do we have any more updates from the presser? Let's have a look. You got asked about Onana and the AFCON and Cameroon. He says, I know everything about it. We spoke about it before we signed him. I am in good contact with Andre. We are on the same page. We know that we have to do. We have constructed a squad, know how to deal with it. Apparently, maybe that's why Bayinde's come in. And like I said, that's what I was saying before. People don't like the second choice goalkeeper and it's not a shiny transfer. But when Onana goes for 5 weeks to the AFCON, who do you think is going to be the first choice goalkeeper? It's going to be Bayinde, isn't it? So back your guy, man. Back your guy. Callum Huddleston says we finally got him. Come on. Yeah, we've only got 11 likes in the video. Amrabat's just signed for Manchester United. Come on. That deserves a like on the video and a subscribe. We're only 10 subscribers of 3,250 as well. So if we can make that happen whilst we're live, everybody's a winner. Happy days. Let's see if we've got any more. Romano has said Sofian Amrabat on his way in order to undergo medical test as new Manchester United player after the agreement has been reached. I still think the loan fee is mega, mega high on that, to be honest with you. I'll repeat it again for people just joining. Loan deal, €10 million fee plus buy clause for June 2024 worth €20 million plus 5 in add-ons if Man United want him to stay long-term. And I would hope so. Of course, if he does well, we have to wait and see that. But judging by what type of player he is, I think it'll be fantastic for us. I really, really do. And have we got a new chant? Someone, I think it was Sean who was in the chat before, saying Amrabat man. Do we do the chant? Do we do the chant? Amrabat man. No, does that work? Can you imagine a Stretford End belting that out? I don't know. Amrabat man going down the other way. I'll have to figure the rest of that out, but maybe it'll stick. Who knows? Does Altay have Champions League experience? I believe so. Yeah, he came from Fenerbahce, didn't he? So I believe Fenerbahce was in the Champions League. Pretty sure. I'll double check that, but yeah. There are so many rumours, but it's nice, eh? I read that, like how tonight, clear, huh? Decent deal, that, considering how United have gone about the business. Yeah, I'm with you. Ten Hag's just refusing to discuss Amrabat. He's also said, we have done good business. We constructed a strong squad and we are ready to go with the fight. Does everyone else feel like we're ready for the fight? I don't know if we have or not, to be honest with you. Maybe time will tell. You know, Mason Mount's injured for 4 to 6 weeks, so we're not going to have our fully strong squad. But Amrabat coming in, I think, honestly, if I was going into a big game now, like we are Arsenal, let's say, for example, and we had everyone fit, Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lisandro, Shaw, Casemiro, Amrabat, Bruno, Antony, Højlund, and Rashford. That's probably the team you'd go for, right? With the injuries that we've got against Arsenal, I think we're going to line up, and due to circumstances, of course, I think we're going to go Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Lisandro, Dalot, Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno, Antony, Rashford, and either Sancho. I think Sancho, potentially. Yeah, Sancho. Disco Stew is in the chat. Here we go. Amrabat must have forced it through. Amrabat did everything bar pay his own fee. Literally, he couldn't have done more. So one thing United fans should show, and Romano tweeted this out as well, is the utmost respect for this player. He's done everything in his power to push this deal through. Like, Fiorentina had multiple offers for him. And that speaks credit to what kind of player he is. He is a top level player. I'm a huge fan of Amrabat, so I'm buzzing about that deal. Absolutely buzzing. Do we have any more quotes coming out from the presser? Ten Hag on Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay staying. He said, we have the depth and the quality of players in. They can play in a variety of situations and we are ready to go for the fight. You keep mentioning the word fight. That's interesting. Trying to get that Sage mentality. On Amrabat would complete the window. He says, I think we have done good business. We constructed a strong squad ready for the fight. On more signings, he says, potentially, yes, could be. We have to be realistic. Maybe Ten Hag doesn't know. Do you reckon someone's dropped him a text before the press is saying Amrabat's done? That'd be interesting. Right, so Roman, there's different tweets coming out here. Sofian Amrabat's loan deal will be £8.5 million plus a buy clause for June worth 17 million plus 2 in add-ons. Right, okay, that makes more sense. You know when people put it in euros and yen and rupees and just like decide to just make the fee look absolutely massive? Pisses me off. Yeah, Luckhurst. Fuck off, Luckhurst. Honestly, talk shit him. He's been so negative this window, hasn't he? So negative, man. Just a little bit more detail on Bayindir, the second choice goalkeeper. Ten Hag says we followed him, scouted him, very intense. He has the skills to fit in at United and English football. Really clear. We signed him. We are confident he will make a lot of progress in the coming years, and he will be a huge contribution to our game. No one's even asked him about Arsenal yet. It's just all about transfers, isn't it? I spoke about Reguilon. I got asked about Amrabat again. He said, I can't tell because I don't know. When we have news, we will tell you. We've got news. Fabrizio's put it out there. Someone telling. On Rasmus Højlund, I already read that out. Apologies. There was a quote about Arsenal then. I want to see it. Someone asked him about Arsenal, the game, because that is what the press conference is for. Everyone's just talking about transfers, man. Oh, that game's so tasty on Sunday. We will have the preview, by the way, for that tomorrow. Man United versus Arsenal. We'll do combined 11, predicted 11, score predictions, all that kind of stuff with the lads. So we'll have a couple of lads on doing the preview for that game. And, of course, I'll be doing a watch-along. I haven't done a watch-along in the last 2 games because I've been either on paddock or I've been doing something. So I will be on the live watch-along on Sunday. I don't get why it's not on. Oh, press conference part 1. Now it's on. They're not doing them live anymore. I don't know why. They don't do. They just put it up after it's been recorded, I think. It's strange. Let me read. Jay McGrogan says, I think we have a capable squad and we will only get stronger as the seasons go on. Plus, we have more points than we did at this point last year. Callum Huddleston says, Amrabat debut Sunday and Reguilon. I don't think Amrabat will play on Sunday. Genuinely, I don't. I'd be very surprised if he did. Scoreboard says, will the loan fee include his wages? I don't know. I need to see the specifics on that. I need to look into it. We can get up to 3 debuts on Sunday. Amrabat, Reguilon. I was not keen on him last night, but now he's a United player. Time to support him. Oh, and Højlund. Jay McGrogan says 63 billion pence. Yeah, exactly. They word it to make it sound bigger, don't they? That's the issue with them. We've signed Amrabat for 20 million rupees. You know, well, to be fair, it'd be 20 billion rupees, wouldn't it? I think that's all the quotes from the presser. I'm pretty sure. No one's asked him about Arsenal, which is hilarious, unless I've missed a quote. Amrabat, man. Amrabat, man. Going down the other way, look down the other way. Nah, nah. Yeah, so the transfer window in general, what would you rate this transfer window out of 10? Onana, what's his name? Johnny Evans, Amrabat, man. Mason Mount, Rasmus Højlund, Bayindir. What would you rate that window out of 10? Let me know. Comment section. Scoreboard says 2 out of 10. Wow, that is harsh. That is very, very harsh. Charlie Malman's closer to what I would say 6 because we didn't sell Maguire. Vincent Bullock says 3 out of 10. Wow. A lot of people not happy about this window. I mean, to be fair, when you tie in the outgoings as well and people who should have left the club, that would probably bring it down. And maybe being too nice with a 6. Maybe it's Shah Sam says 4. Wow. Interesting. No one's give it above a 6. What did it need to be above a 6? Flip Flop says, have we got Amrabat then? Yes, Flip Flops. We have signed him. We've got the here we go. He'll be joining United on a loan. We're paying £7 million loan fee. And then we've got the option to buy him for 15 plus 5, I think it is, or 17 plus 3 pounds in June next year. I'm presuming we will if he does well. Disco Stew says 7 out of 10, perfect score. Would have been a world-class striker and some more sales. Yeah, I think, well, what pushed it up for me instantly, Kim Min-jae, we should have bought him. He's a top centre-back and would have improved us significantly. And when you look at Varane's injuries now and you look at Maguire staying, Kim Min-jae would have been perfect. Get rid of Maguire and he would have grew into that role. So Kim Min-jae I was gutted about that we didn't get. Harry Kane would have put it up there. If you got Harry Kane and Højlund, which is obviously super expensive, but I think if Qatar would have come in this summer, I think they would have made a prolific signing like that. So they're 2 players that would have bumped it up instantly for me. Players out, we needed to get rid of Maguire. I think Scott McTominay should have gone as well. I think we should have got more for Dean Henderson and Fred. Alanga deal was okay. That was all right. Who else? Donny needs to go. He's still not gone. Eric Bailly needs to go. Still not gone. Easy said than done, but I think Martial should have gone as well, to be honest with you. But again, because Højlund's the only striker, I think they'll kind of dovetail them two with Martial being more experienced in the Premier League. Who else has gone? De Gea, the handling of that situation was diabolical, wasn't it? Awful, if we're being honest with ourselves. Who else has gone? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. No midfielders, I don't think. Attackers, Palestri's staying, Anthony's still there, Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho. Yeah, I think that's fair, what we've discussed there. Flip Flop says, thanks God, it's an 8 at least then. I think that's very kind, but yeah, entitled to your opinion. Vincent says, easy for it to be over 6. The signing of Harry Kane, Maguire gone, Scott gone. Jay McGogan says, just to touch on Delo, do you reckon he'll do a job against Saka, especially cutting inside? I don't know. It's a weird one with Delo because sometimes he has performances and I think, yes, he could be the first choice right back. But other times I watch him as well. He is a little bit flaky defensively. But having him on the left isn't the worst thing in the world. Having him as an option there, I'd rather that because if we didn't have Delo now, I don't know who we'd be playing. We would have to throw Reguilon straight in the fire and I don't want to see that. So I hope Reguilon doesn't start on Sunday, ease him into the squad and start Delo there. For me, personally, that's what I'd do. We still have a lot of deadwood. That's the issue in it. Brandon Williams gone on loan as well. Yeah, I forgot about that. He just needs to be sold. I don't like Brandon Williams. I've always said that. He's just, yeah, moans. If you're a quality player and you're moaning on the pitch and you're not made mistakes, that's fine. But in pre-season, all he did was just moan. He had the video of him on his way to Carrollton doing balloons and shit. He just puts weird shit on Instagram. I don't know. Yeah, Gerardo's gone to Spain. I touched on that at the start of the video. You've had Alvaro Fernandez who's gone out on loan to Granada. I think we've sold Charlie Savage. We've sold Ted Menge. We've sold Zidane Iqbal. We've sold Ethan Laird. Like, we've had a clear out of younger players. A big clear out, which has kind of gone under the radar a little bit, I think. We've sold a lot of youngsters. Probably, I'd want to say the most youngsters in a summer. I reckon that's probably a record that's out there. So, yeah, we're inactive in that regard, but, yeah. See if there's anything else. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G. Ornstein's put something out. United are reaching an agreement with Fiorentina to sign Sofian Amrabat. He will join United on a season-long loan. What time will he be getting to Carrington? That's what I want to know, because I'm going down with my big Moroccan flag standing outside saying, welcome to Manchester. Jesus Christ, we've seen a tweet about City. They've made £400 million on academy players since Pep Guardiola arrived. And we've made about 4. That is crazy, isn't it? £400 million on academy players. Wow. Wowza Rooney's. United have a private jet on standby for Amrabat, apparently. I want to know when he gets to what time he's getting to Carrington. I want to see the reported time because I'm telling you, I'm going to Carrington. I'm telling you. Amrabat to United is staged. United have known for weeks he only wants. Oh, that's an old tweet. So, what's going on here? United reps to land Florence. Agreement reached. I just want an update now on time. That's all I want to see. That news about Salah's mad as well. I know this. I appreciate this United fan channel, but that news about Salah 100 rising to 150 million pounds on the last day of the window. Imagine if you sell him. Liverpool fans would be mad. Scoreboard saying Kane, Casado, Kim Min-jae, Harry Maguire, McTominay out would have made it a 9. Kane, judging the prices that he went for, that's 260 million extra than what we've already spent. Which even if Qatar come in, they wouldn't have spent that. But I agree, it would make it a 9 out of 10. Wouldn't it? So what players do we need to bring in now? When you're looking, look, obviously the window hasn't finished yet. There could be a few more surprises in terms of outgoings. I don't think any more incomings. Well, I really, really don't. I don't think so. But what positions need addressing now? Because the midfield, we've got decent numbers in midfield. You've still got Kobe Mainoo to come back as well. So you've got Kobe Mainoo, Casemiro, Mount, Eriksson, Amrabat, Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount. I think midfield's pretty good for options. You've got Palestri and Anthony competing on the right side. You've got Højlund and Martial down the middle. You've got Garnacho and Rashford on the left. Wan-Bissaka and Dalot at right back or at left back. You've got Serge Reguilon there as well. Then you've got Maguire, Lindelof, Lisandro, Varane, and Johnny Evans as your centre-back options. And then you've got Onana and Bayinde as your goalkeeper options. So, what do we need? We need a striker, don't we? Yeah, first person in the chat there. I do agree we need a striker. I'd love to sign one on loan, but I don't know if is there any strikers available right now who could improve this squad? I don't know. I don't think there is. Flip Flop says that's a shitter moving from Florence to Manchester. Yeah, unless you like rain. I agree. Sam says we need a striker, but do not see anyone else incoming. Yep. Vince says, and that player's going out on loan. Sure. I can't read that. I don't know what that says. Apologies, Vince. Season long loan. And Ten Hag is saying Rasmus Højlund is ready to start. So maybe he will start. I don't know. Make sure you are turning on that notification bell. It's deadline day. Anything can happen. We are live all day, basically, pretty much, covering numerous topics. Obviously, that Amrabat thing happening whilst we're live for the press conference isn't ideal, but it is what it is. We've spoken about that. We've spoken about the quotes from the press conference. The main takeaways from that, Højlund is ready to start. Reguilon will be in the squad. Amrabat, it was a little bit like about that, but we all know that deal has been done, basically. Anything else that I've missed? No significant updates otherwise, apart from the obvious Amrabat one. Yeah, turn on the notification bell or drop us a follow on socials, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, because when something breaks, you know for a fact we're going to go live and we'll be one of the first to do it as well. So turn on that notification bell, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Subscribe to the channel. I don't know how far we are off 3,250, but we're only a couple of subscribers off. So if you are new, please do subscribe. And yeah, Jay McGogan saying, take a look at the airport landing plans times. I'm just about to do that right now. So if Amrabat is landing tonight in Manchester, I am going to go to Carrington and I'm going to try and get some footage. I'm going to try my best. But I'll check the times for that and I'll see what's what. And I'll drop a video for the members as well. Scoreboard says João Felix might be a good loan. I thought, is he not going to Barcelona? I thought he was going Barca. Fuck knows. Who knows at this point? No one knows. Absolute chaos, innit? Manchester United. But yeah, I'll leave it there for you guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in again. Appreciate every single one of you, and I genuinely mean that. Tune in for Real Reds Talk. Turn on the notification bell. Subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. I'm a Batman. He's here. He's arrived. Here we go. Let's see what the future brings for the next. It shuts at 11, so 9 hours left of the transfer window. It's going to get interesting. See you in a bit.